Awesome. We are live. Picasso is having a hissy fit. So this is or was my kind of morning routine, kind of what I was planning on doing. But for me, I'm not really good at following a routine, and pretty much none of this stuff got done. Like Facebook outreach, I kind of just did it as I went along, and I don't know if you guys are like that. But I'll show you two easy kind of references that you can use to build out kind of your morning routine or just like your daily routine. But for me, like this isn't gonna work. I'm never really doing outreach. Also, by the way, this is Google Calendar, so if you use Google Calendar, it's free. It's a good tool. So I'm actually gonna delete this. I'm probably just gonna redo it myself. So just to kind of build it out with you guys. And so just delete all of this. And what I recommend is you do something that is not that kind of flows with your kind of style. If you know you're not a morning person, you're trying to wake up every morning and it's just not going to go. So I think that's a bad idea. As far as, let me delete this. As far as kind of some methods you can follow, there are quite a bit, and I want to show you. One is by The Miracle Morning. It's called Savers. And these are 6 things you can do. This kind of sums up the whole book. But in the morning you are silent, you do affirmations, you do visualization, you do exercising, you read, and then you scribe or write or journal. And so that's what The Miracle Morning does. You can also look at Taylor Welch from Traffic and Funnels. They have their morning formula, which is a visual map, identity, rules, principles, theater of the mind, and affirmations. I don't have any kind of affiliate link or anything like that. I just highly recommend it. But they have a pretty good layout here if you just kind of follow it, what it is, and you just build on top of it. But they have a whole kind of productivity pack that you can get. So that's another thing. But for me, I'm going to be building it on my own and kind of knowing my style of what I'm going to be doing. So every day, pretty much Monday through Friday, I plan on working out around 4 o'clock. That's going to be the end of my work day also, because I'm not going to work anything after 4. So as far as my schedule, I know that after 4 I am going to be done, and at 4 I'm going to go to the gym, which is across the street with my brother-in-law. So I'm going to go ahead and move that down to 4. And we're going to change that to all events. And I do want to kind of start incorporating, what is it called? And I'm not looking at the live stream right now. I'm just kind of telling you it's called 75 Hard. So I was a trainer, but it's nice to have someone tell you things sometimes. So I plan on adding this 2 workouts a day, and really not getting into, and this is free, so if any of you guys want to play along, you are more than welcome to join me in this. I plan to just do a walk in the middle of the day. So for me, I will walk in the middle of the day. So I just finished with my walk, and I plan to have lunch around that time, right after my lunch, my walk. So I will put that around, we'll move this back and put this here. And we are doing walk. Because one of the workouts need to be outside, and one of them need to be inside. So I want to just get that. I'll probably add it to a run and maybe at some point decide to change it to be like a morning run so that I can do it and actually run. But let's just do Monday through Friday. That looks good. Cool. And I was supposed to do, oh, okay, cool. So I want to get some meditation in because I find that if I just wake up and between like 5 and 8, if I get like those 3 hours of like self-care where I'm doing yoga, meditation, I'm stretching, maybe some light jogging, which I was talking about just now, something to get the blood flowing, kind of following this model, right? Getting some of the meditation in with the silence, maybe getting in some learning right here. So the first part of my day is going to be to learning, improving, self-improvement, journaling, and meditation. So I'm going to try and get those 3 in within those 3 hours. Also taking care of my dog too, right? So the goal is between 5 and 7 to kind of get self-care, dog duty for these. So let's just double this up, change the color, and repeat weekly. Cool. So what I'm trying to get done is kind of, if I'm building off of other people's kind of programs that are free, we have our meditation, which would be like theater of the mind, and reflection and kind of visualizing where we want to go, kind of where they have visualization and meditation. We are getting some reading in, so kind of learning and self-improving, and then getting some scribing in. So the meditation probably takes like 15 to 30 minutes, reading 30 minutes, scribing 30 minutes, so an hour and a half. You probably don't even need to scribe that long, probably like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Something maybe that you learned or something. Cool fact, I don't know, letter to yourself, just something, ideas, brain dumps, whatever that is. So I'm giving myself 2.5 hours with dog duty. So it's like taking the dog out, everything like that. So that gives me between 8 and 12, or a good 4 hours of just focused learning or focused work, which typically doesn't happen. Typically we can only do about an hour before we need to break something up. So I would say something that is your most important things you need to get done first. So like for me, I know we are coming out with the token, so I need to definitely do that. We have our website being launched for the token and the white paper, so we have already had those completed, and so not completed, but they're being worked on. So that's been delegated already. E-learning platform. So I know next week I have a meeting with Scott too for the CFO and CEO position. So typically if you have meetings, I like to schedule those kind of in the morning, get those done so that you can focus all your energy on what you need to get done. So like I would say that we'll pretend like this is Monday. So like Scott would be in the morning at 8 a.m. And I usually put those as like orange. Sweet. That way they stand out, and I know you can also do like a reminder. So like we'll set reminder. Where's the reminder? Oh, right here. Set reminder, email, or just a notification 10 minutes before. So that gives me, and then what a lot of people do, what they don't do is add like a buffer. So like when I add a buffer, because that meeting might not be an hour, it might be an hour and a half, it might be 2 hours. So having like a 30-minute buffer is good to have. So let's do it for 30 minutes. Cool. And so with that buffer, it also allows me to say, like, if I didn't get my breakfast in, say it's just sitting on my desk or whatever, it allows me to like do other things too that maybe I didn't get actually finished. So that's what I would do. And then we are having the token launch. So we're working on that right now. Like I said, we have the white paper, and I've included the token, by the way, and all that information down in the description. So if you guys haven't picked up any of that, definitely check that out. But typically, this is more of the group step, the leadership stuff in the beginning of the day, so that it can be finished, I guess, for the rest of the week. So, and this obviously this is just my business. Does not reflect your business or your kind of I guess style. Maybe you're not a morning person, but I am. So you might be someone who wants to get all your work during the day. Maybe you don't have a business and you're self-employed. You don't have any employees. That could be another thing. So there is all sorts of different variables in this. So definitely this is more of like, I wouldn't even say a template because it's pretty much only towards me. But I think little nuggets like installing, one, using Google Calendar is a good tool, but having little buffers is also a good tool. And then also having like hard stops. Also, the fact that you are scheduling in your self-care, like right here, this is what I plan on doing. I haven't been meditating. I haven't been stretching. I've been doing spin, which is good, but I do need to start adding resistance. So actually, I'm going to add this to green because more of like rejuvenation and self-care. I also like to color coordinate stuff too. Same thing with lunch. I eat really fast, so this only takes me like half hour. And then buffer. I'll probably just do this for 30 minutes, just in case I need to like go get something to. Oh, this is not fun to watch all the clicks and everything in between, but figured that we do this live. All right, so we already got our exercise in. Obviously, we're gonna get all of our self-care reading. So I have a lot of books. I don't know if you can see this really. Well, not a lot of books, but this is what I've gone through this year. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books there right now that I've gone through this year. I want to start adding more, so definitely to keep my mind engaged. And you also get, like I said, little golden nuggets out of each of them. And it's good to get different perspectives on where people are thinking at that time frame. So it's kind of, life is always evolving and always changing. So it's definitely important to keep up and see how things change also. Principles, state of mind, affirmations. So I'm not a big affirmations person. I know they have it here too. I think it's good if you are someone who is not a confident person. So I think that just that repetitive nature of saying oh, I am strong, or whatever those affirmations that you use. I've never been a big affirmations person, but I've always been very, confident also. So maybe it doesn't hurt to do it. So maybe that's something you can do. So getting back to the actual planning of this. So we've already kind of gone over that I'm going to wake up. Well, I already wake up at 5:30, but I'm going to actually do the self-care because I know a lot of the time I make my coffee, I feed the dog, and I just kind of sit on the computer and do Discord or, I don't know, whatever kind of time wasting. So I'm going to focus on incorporating hard 75. So getting in my self-care, getting in 2 workouts. So this will not be one of those workouts. and then my important meetings in the front of the day. So I have Scott say this is Monday. We add buffers to those meetings, and then depending on the day, if like you have multiple businesses, like most of my businesses are passive because they're investments, but like I know with like Taylor, he has one day for wealth cap, and then one day he has for traffic and funnels. If you're more of a solo entrepreneur, one day might be for like, say if you can't afford a like someone to like a freelancer to build some stuff, maybe one day you focus on only doing for the morning, building that funnel or building that website that you need to build, or constructing that white paper, and only focus on that, and then or a section of that. And so ultimately you have these big projects and you break them down into like lesser goals. So like for instance, a good example would be is to use like Trello. So like right now we're building out our public roadmap with Trello, and so like I have little to-do lists, and then you have bigger goals. So like bigger goals would be like white paper, and so this week I want to finish the white paper, and next week I want to do the website. So for the white paper I need to do section 1, section 2, section 3. So then you go to your thing and you say, okay, day 1 I need for this week I need to do section 1, section 2, I'm just typing this really through, section 3. And then you actually have things planned throughout the day, and you have an area of focus that you're only focused on one thing and you're not trying to multitask. Plus it breaks up your day and you can get things done. And then once, obviously, like say this is a really focused day, like obviously this takes a lot of energy for those 3 hours to write out a white paper. Like for me, I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to like replenish that, almost that energy, but also get that vitamin D, get that, just that fresh air. And so I'm going to do that. And then I get that buffer. So I have my lunch and then my buffer. And then this is kind of more of less energy, I guess, consuming. So like building relationships. So like in, I guess, like a solo entrepreneur, let's kind of fix those. So now you're using Trello, right? So you have your Trello board where you have your projects, each project built out for the month, right? You want to get like, and they're not big projects, they're small projects within a greater scope of things. So like this is one project, which is the life token, but then you have like obviously smaller projects within that. Obviously the life token, as we grow, it's gonna be broken up into smaller things, but for me, like a small little project would be a white paper. And then we broke that down into section 1, section 2, section 3. I've already sent that to my content creator, so they're working on that, so I don't have to do that, but essentially that's what you would do. So you have your section 1, section 2, section 3 walk, and then obviously right here is kind of not as intensive of a day. So like maybe this is like connection building or finding leads or building your email list, something that's not as hard, gym, and then done for the day. For me, so let's think. I'm not doing that. So what are we working on? So once this is done, we can start getting listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. We can start, I need to learn more about how liquidity funding works in a sense of adding liquidity where it doesn't change the price too much, so that it's easier. Because right now with the token, you can only do 1% of the total market cap. But since that, like if someone wants to put like $1,000, that's way higher than our market cap, or it's not way higher, but the percentage wise, it's a large percentage of it. So they're not able to do it. So to hit that, we need to add more liquidity so people can purchase it easier. So I need to learn how to do that where it doesn't really affect the price of the coin, or if there is anything that does. I just need to do some testing, and then essentially. Once these two are done, it kind of opens up these other things, because then I'm allowed to list on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, a lot of these other things that I'm going to have all that information for. And then obviously I need to hire a Medium writer, our e-learning platform. So I need to check on that. So like that's going to be my second part of my day, right? Like learning, like following up with the team. So this is like team stuff. Boom. So that's kind of like how my day works. It's not that hard. It's very easy actually. The first part of it's consuming. That's why we do self-care, to take care of ourselves. Do meetings, the most important things in the beginning of the day. I work from home, so I don't really have to worry about travel. So if you're someone who actually has to move to a 9 to 5, like obviously those are kind of penciled in. But that's also why it's important, why it's nice to work remotely, because you do have that compound effect of not having, that 1 extra hour, say your commute is 30 minutes each way, that's an hour a day. So 7 days, that's 7 days, that's an extra day I'm getting for free, pretty much. That's the way I think of it. So you're saving time. And then a lot of the stuff, like, so for instance, the white paper and the website, that's outsourced. So that's giving me back more time. So like once you start, and I guess this kind of goes whole hand in hand, where once you start getting these and creating these passive income streams, your time is more focused, where you don't need, team stuff. This is me following up with my team, because they're doing all the other stuff, fixing bugs with software, handling properties, checking wallets, switching all sorts of different things. So all my gaming stuff. So it just really depends. So yeah, once you get those passive income streams, it just allows you to buy back your time, so that you really can just focus your energy on certain aspects to generate more income, to use that income to reinvest, and to use those reinvestments to hire more people. And it's just a constant cycle. Pretty soon this self-care is just going to be all day, and I'll have people handling people, and I'll only have like just this 1 hour slot. So that's it, guys. Hopefully that was helpful on my my daily schedule. It's pretty laid back, to be honest. It's changing right now, like I said, because I'm going to be again incorporating some of these things like savers, which again, as I said, is from the Miracle Morning. It's a good little book. I think you can get it pretty inexpensive. So it's by this guy, The Miracle Morning, by this guy. He has 2 books, Hal Elwood. So that's one. And then obviously there is Traffic and Funnels, Taylor Welch. They have really good content to maximize your life. All really good stuff. All sorts of free training. And then obviously having Google Calendars, Trello to get your stuff taken care of and organized. Little notes here that you can't really do with this. And that's about it. So until next time.